With the nearest 5, we're going to go 810, 815, 820, 825, just going up by 5s. And you can see 819 is between 815 and 820. And you can see 819 is a little bit closer to 20, so the answer is simply 14,820. Now the nearest 50, we have 750, 800, 850, 900, go up by 50s. And 819, it's in between these two, yeah? And 819 is definitely closer to this one, isn't it? So therefore this one is 14,800. And then nearest 500, we're going to go up by 500. So 14,000, 14,500, 15,000, 15,500. And 819, it's going to be in between these two, isn't it? And what's the halfway mark of here? See, this is 500 and this is 1,000. So it's going to be halfway mark there, which is 14,750. So therefore 810 must be over to the right hand side of that. So it's going to be 15,000. Okay, so kind of watch out for where the halfway mark is. Now B, the nearest 5, we're going to go up by 5s like that. And 273.2 is going to lie between here. And again, think about where the halfway mark is if you're confused. So the halfway mark, it's going to be between 70 and 75, so 272.5. And you can see 73 is somewhere over to the right of that. So therefore it's closer to 275. Whoops, that's a little typo. Don't make that mistake. It's definitely closer to this one, isn't it? So watch out for the typos. And then 50 is going to go up by 50s like that. And 273 is definitely between these two. Again, watch out for where the halfway mark is. The halfway mark is 275, isn't it? And then, but 273 is slightly to the left of that halfway mark. So therefore it's closer to 250. Okay, so watch out again where the halfway mark is if you ever get confused. And then 500. Okay, I started off with negative, but hopefully we won't get there. I just put it there just anyway, because we're going up by 500s. So we have negative 500, 0, 500,000. We're going up by 500s. And 273 must be in between here somewhere. Again, guys, the halfway mark is 250. So therefore 273 is slightly to the right of that. So therefore 500 is our nearest 100. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Hopefully you can think of it as very repetitive questions, isn't it? Now C, to the nearest 5, we're going up by 5s like that. And that one here, that one is exactly on that point, so we don't really need to do any rounding. So that's just the answer. Now 50s, we're going to go up by 50, okay? So 50, 600, 650. And this number here, it's going to be between here, between 50 and 100. So the midpoint is 5575. But you can see that this number here, 55, it's closer to the left of that halfway mark. So it must be this one here. And then 500s, we're going up by 500s, but that one is between 5,500 and 6,000. But 5,555, yeah, it's closer to this one by far, so therefore it must be this one. This one's a little bit more obvious, yeah, but don't get confused with so many 5s. Now D, okay, we're going up by 5s. This one, it's 127. Must be in between here. Again, guys, watch out for the halfway mark. It's going to be 7, it's 25 and 30. So it's going to be 27.5. But this is 27.6, very, very slightly to the right of the halfway mark. So therefore it must be closer to this one. Okay, so it's very slightly. So therefore you're going to also watch out for that slight difference. And 50, we're going to go up by 50s like that. And 27, it's again in between here and here. And again, watch out for the halfway mark, guys. It's between 100 and 150, so it's 7,125. This is 127, so it must be slightly to the right again, closer to this one. And then 500, again, we're going up by 500s, and you can see that 127 is between here. What's the halfway mark, guys? 7,100 and, oh, sorry. This one's a bit obvious, but I'll just write it anyway. 7,225. And you can see 1,025 is always definitely to the left of it. It's much closer to the left. So, I mean, you don't really need to do the halfway mark, but I'll just keep doing that anyway, just for the sake of those who are getting confused. And you can see that one's closer to 7,000, so to the nearest 500, it's going to be 7,000. Okay, so very repetitive. So hopefully some of you can even do this without the number line. Now to the nearest 5, okay, I've got them here, and you can see that 31.9 is between here, but 31 is definitely closer to the left, isn't it? So therefore this one's 30. Now nearest 50, I put the -1 there just for the sake of the spacing, but hopefully we don't have to go to the negative ones. And 31.9, somewhere in here, the halfway mark is 25, so that one must be over to the right, so 50 over here, nearest to 50, okay? And 500s, we're going to go up by 500 times. 31.9, that's a very small number compared to 500, so it must be to the left. So this one's just 0. Okay, so get the hang of this, very, very repetitive.